That's how business gets done, dude. I mean,
Yes. And he's all about business.
I'm a businessman.
He likes to feel happy.
It's a terrible business. He's in Double Threat.
He's in a lot of shit.
yeah, he's in a ton
Invasion
of movies.
USA.
Yeah.
I guess that's the signal to start talking about this before we start talking about every movie Richard Lynch has been in. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dead Formats, a movie podcast where all proceeds go to funding Japanese orphans. I'm your host, Chris. In this episode, we're going to be discussing Lone Tiger from 1996. Today, I'm joined by three very special guests who take pride in being disqualified for destroying their opponents. Bones, Dan, Kron, welcome. How are you doing this evening?
I will be recording this with one hand. The other one's tied up. Don't ask me where.
Whatever your kink is, dude.
Are you just sitting on your hand?
Yeah.
Damn
I'm going to do a stranger after this, buddy.
It's
Lone Tiger.
recording with one and the other one's tied to my ass.
How do you tie it to your ass?
Ask the people that made this movie.
I want to ask them, like, when did they run out of, like, another tripod? Like, did they only have the one? And were they not allowed to take the camera into the above ground pool where they filmed the fight scenes?
Is that what that was?
I don't really know what it was. But
It wasn't an above ground pool filled up
was
with
like
sand.
at
That's
least
what I thought
10
it
feet
was.
tall.
Come on,
Okay.
Bones. You build a deck around it. It looks pretty nice, dude.
Mhm.
You paint it blue on the bottom. It looks great.
So these guys are the three co-hosts of the now defunct 5-Day Rentals podcast. They were last featured on this show together in season 1, where we went through the Choose Your Own Adventure cassette for the 2XL robot, Tales from the Crypt Keeper, If Wishes Were Hornets. Yeah. Tell them about this show that you guys no longer do.
Dan, why'd you end the show?
I ended the show because Kron is going to start his own wrestling podcast. And Bones and Kron are also coming out with another podcast as well. So we figured let's give them some time and you'll see those soon.
Mhm.
I don't know if titles have been announced, but I'm looking forward to guesting.
I mean, we hit 5 years. We thought, what's there left to do from here?
Mm-hmm.
We got together. We knocked out 3 in-person episodes. And, you know, we're not good at comedy, but I think we're going out on a high note. So,
He's called me crying every night. It's getting annoying.
I'm sleeping like Edward Norton in Fight Club when he joins those support groups, dude.
You got to cry first.
I never had it so good.
Bones has showed up at my house twice last week.
Well, it's because I'm
in the
doing
park.
research for my new podcast. It's
Oh, okay.
about like groundskeeping. I think I'm going to call it Lawn Tiger.
It's good.
Pretty good name. I'd call that person first.
So yes, our dead format this week is another straight to video. It wasn't until I was
This
Yeah.
movie?
No, I know, shocking. And it wasn't until I was talking to DK and Chris on the last episode that I realized just how much weird connective tissue there has been with the last 3 films we've talked about, which is something I try to avoid, but obviously I didn't because, yeah, they were all straight to video. Maximum Surge was created from the scraps of different video games. Guyver Dark Hero is an American adaptation of a manga, and Lone Tiger is an unauthorized American adaptation of a manga, which also spawned famous video game characters. So the reason that I chose this film for us to talk about is that, I don't know, like, I guess 4 months ago, by the time this episode comes out, you guys were in the midst of a pro wrestling movie category on your show. And there was another dead wrestling format that I really wanted to cover. But the more I looked into it, I was like, this seems really difficult to pull off over Zoom. And this movie, Lone Tiger, it's been on my list for some time. I knew it had some connection to pro wrestling, and I figured there will never be a better time to talk about this movie than now. So, first question, big wrestling fans.
I can be the quickest answer here and say, not really. I'm that lame guy that said I actually did wrestle in high school. And then that's about it.
Angle.
Yeah. A little bit in the Attitude Era, but my favorite thing about wrestling is JR and just JR montage videos on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Final answer.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think I came in a little bit before Attitude Era, mid-ish 90s when it was still kind of, I don't know, it was Hulk Hogan and more family-friendly kind of stuff, but I don't know. I think I first saw it just like flipping channels at my grandma's house. I was like, whoa, they got dudes fighting each other on TV now? And I mean, once Attitude Era hit, I was watching WWF, WCW. I've even recently gotten slightly into ECW wrestling from that era. So I still check in with that stuff. I've tried 2 or 3 times to put on whatever the new product is, and it depresses me. So I haven't stuck with it, but I've definitely got a chunk of like 8 years there that I still have nostalgia for.
Yeah, I was into it as a kid, and maybe by the time I got up to high school, I kind of was out of it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'll check in every once in a while, and I'll be like,
Yeah, I think I explained this when I talked about Santo versus Frankenstein's daughter with Brantley and George, is that I am interested in wrestling from like an anthropological standpoint, and that I find it interesting that people like this. But I just know myself, and I know that I could never just like sit and watch, I don't know, like a season of wrestling or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I would just get bored quite quickly. Although I did go to a friend's house and watch the second day of the most recent WrestleMania. It's not like I don't hate it, but it's just like, I don't know. There's something about it that is like, I find it interesting, but not enough to really be into it.
Yeah. I mean, I think when you get down to it, at least Attitude, I mean, that was, it's like soap operas for teenage boys, essentially. I mean, all the storylines were ridiculous. And then, I mean, the thing that I don't like about what like now versus then is I think I just like seeing dudes get brained with a chair and like thrown through a table when it comes down to it.
Oh, is that it?
I think that's a big part of it, man. Like,
I think you like those juicy asses too.
Well, it's just, how do you go from like somewhat hardcore wrestling to now?
Squats.
It's like the least, like nothing ever happens in it,
I feel like there was some table breaking in WrestleMania that I saw, but that may not be representative of what happens on a weekly basis.
I think they got like rules now.
I know you can't take a headshot with a chair anymore. I know that for certain.
Yeah. They did concussion research and it ruined American sports.
And even fake sports affiliated programming.
Sports entertainment.
What? Yeah. It's fake?
Oh, I'm sorry, dude.
No.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what, I don't know, that it's hard to describe, but I think the whole fakeness of it is what turns me off. Not the fact that it is fake, but it's like also like how there's like parallel discussion, like the kayfabe thing of it. I just don't get, I guess it's why I also have been asked 1 million times to play D&D, and I'm like, no, I have no interest in that. Maybe I'm just boring, but I don't, the pretend aspect is what does it for me.
So you weren't a Skinamax kid?
Well, no, because you can jerk off to that. It's different. Oh, I watch real sex all the time.
That 60-year-old nudist beach.
Yeah, that's
really got you
the
going.
only one I remember. And that's
I bet you could find erotic themed quests in D&D. Like there has to be a.
I got one going right now.
You just turn it into one, dude. I'm an elf with a huge boner.
Mm-hmm.
Kron, roll for dexterity.
Oh, I got dexterity.
Natural 20.
I wouldn't say it was that big.
That's a critical success, dude.
Well, you were able to stretch enough and got in there.
I need some more mana. Is that D&D or magic?
I think that's Magic the Gathering.
I think it's all fantasy, really. It's in the Bible, so that's sort of like the ultimate fantasy text from which everything else springs.
I didn't know Jesus played magic.
He is magic, dude.
It's more
He did,
illusion.
like, tricks and shit, dude. I mean,
yeah, you tap that C card and he can turn water into wine.
Watch me disappear from my teenage years.
You just freeze a snake.
Mhm.
Wait for it to thaw out.
And
then people, wasn't that Jesus, right? He turned that staff into a snake. Maybe you should read it, Trump. How about that?
I don't even think there's a snake in the Bible. What are you talking about?
Okay.
There's a unicorn.
Leviathan.
I think you read a TriStar VHS.
It was probably a TriStar movie about the Bible.
Orion presents the Bible.
RoboCop is
Oh,
Jesus.
man, I want a canon Bible.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Yeah,
Why am I playing Judas?
Dude, hey, there was a movie from Canon that never came out, but they had promotional material for it where Charles Bronson fought a golem. And
Whoa.
all of that just reminded me of it. God, I wish it's like the damn, I can't think of the director's name, but the fucking cut of Batman Forever with like a bat puppet.
Schumacher?
Joel Schumacher?
Yeah, that's the Schumacher cut.
Mhm.
My
Hell yeah.
Schumacher cut. I want to see Charles Bronson fight a golem.
What
I think
year
it's-
was that? Was it like around the keep? Was Golem stuff hot for a while?
I wish. I don't remember. They mention it for like 5 seconds in that Electric Boogaloo documentary, and I saw that like 5 years ago. So, but Lone Tiger. So, what does this movie have to do with pro wrestling?
Not too much.
Yeah, plot wise, very little, as we'll discuss when we get into it. But behind the scenes, it has a lot to do with pro wrestling. So there's a manga called Tiger Mask. It was first published in 1968, written by Iki Kajiwara and illustrated by Naoki Tsuji. And it centers around a pro wrestler, the titular Tiger Mask. He's a wrestler. He wears a tiger mask. Very popular in Japan. It very quickly spawned an anime adaptation that ran from 69 to 71, 105 episodes. And after that, there's a couple of films in 1970. Then not a whole lot, kind of cools off for a decade until 1981 to 1982. There's a second anime series, appropriately titled Tiger Mask 2. It only ran for 33 episodes, but it was extremely popular. And New Japan Pro Wrestling was trying to attract younger fans, so they licensed the Tiger Mask character, and it was performed by Satoru Sayama, and Tiger Mask becomes a real-life wrestling phenomenon. Much like the aforementioned Luchador Santo, this is a persona that is a mantle that gets passed down to other people. So I think at this point, there have been 8 different Tiger Masks. But the original Tiger Mask was kind of a big deal. His debut match was against Dynamite Kid. He fought Bret Hart a handful of times. I don't know if any of you watched that video. And he simultaneously held the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Championship and the WWF Junior Heavyweight Championship. And so it's like this cultural phenomenon in Japan. The character King from Tekken and Incineroar from Pokemon are both based on Tiger Mask. There's even a thing in Japan called the Tiger Mask donation phenomenon, where people make hefty donations of school supplies to orphanages using the pseudonym Naoto Date, which is his real name in the manga. So big thing over there. Unfortunately, doesn't seem as though any of this Tiger Mask stuff has ever gotten official English translations, so it's relatively unknown over here in the US.
Damn, that's crazy that a wrestling character inspires people to donate school supplies. All I ever did was try to do the sharpshooter on my buddy. It never made me a better person.
Yeah, I'm just hoping for the Hulkster's porno tape. I need to get my life together.
I drove a milk truck to an elementary school and sprayed down the kids.
So all that brings us to this film, Lone Tiger. It's a US-Japanese co-production. It's about a wrestler named Tiger who they slip up a few times and just call him Tiger Mask.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler alert, he doesn't get the loan.
There's no official connection between Tiger Mask and Lone Tiger, at least not that I could find. But this was co-written by Hisao Maki, the brother of the Tiger Mask creator Iki Kajiwara. And this came out 9 years after Kajiwara died. And since this is a film that only has 101 logs on Letterboxd, not a whole lot of information about this one. So I'm only left to speculate that the brother, Hisao Maki, was like, my brother's dead. This is a film for the American market. They don't know what Tiger Mask is. Who's going to stop me if I just rip this idea off?
I'm glad whoever made this didn't cut a single scene from his original script. They're all in there.
Every frame a painting.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised they got all of them filmed.
That's pretty much it for production info. Directed by Warren A. Stevens, who you haven't heard of. It stars Bruce Locke as Tiger Mask, who you also probably haven't heard of. But there are a few names that low-budget cinema fans will know, and a few returning champs from 5 Day Rentals. We've got Richard Lynch as Rossner.
Whoa. This guy pops up in it's not every movie, but honestly, it's got to be 5-6% of everything I'm watching. So,
yes, Puppet Master 3. He's in a movie called Ground Rules with Frank Stallone. That is so good. Can't remember anything off the top of my head other than that. But
what was the one we did? Double Threat or
Double
is that it?
Threat?
Puppet Master 3.
For Double DS, cut the runtime, yeah.
He's in Trancers 2, Kron.
Oh, yeah, he's the bad guy in Trancers 2. And he's got a real, he looks like a ghoul in that movie.
What's our lead name? What'd you say it was, Chris?
Bruce Locke. Bruce Asato Locke, as he's billed in this one to give him a little Japanese flair.
I was reading the thing on Letterboxd, and it was like, he has a number 2 handicap in golf. It's like, that's pretty good. Apparently he's a good golfer.
At least he's got something. We also have Robert Z'Dar as King. He of Maniac Cop. And a million other things.
Crazy they never tapped him to do a Jay Leno parody at some point.
Yeah. Who was the guy that did play Jay Leno in that Jay Leno movie? Daniel
Late Night Wars or whatever?
Late Night War, yeah.
Was that the guy that randomly shows up in Phantasm 5?
I think so.
That gets killed by the horse or whatever in the barn. I just read a weird article recently about David Letterman being pissed about that movie because the actor that played him,
Phantasm 5?
Yeah, fucking he hates it.
Fuck this.
Letterman says Phantasm ends with 4.
Whoa!
Don't try to retcon it.
That's even further than I thought he'd. I thought he'd be a three and out guy.
I mean, yeah, Maniac Cop for sure, but I think it's got to be Samurai Cop is the biggest Z'Dar movie, right? As far as people who are probably listening to this or have listened to our show.
Nah, I know him named Norm.
I think it's truthfully it's Maniac Cop, right? I mean, I think that's bigger than Samurai Cop.
But no one knows that's him.
I know it's him.
He's in it, when he's naked in the shower. Or is that the second one where they have the flashback to how he became?
I think it's in both movies.
Yeah, I think it might be too. 2 rules. The other 2 are
They're all good.
Yeah, one's pretty. I mean, 3 is
one's
still
all right.
decent. 3's watchable.
It's no Puppet Master 3.
True. We also have Matthias Hughes as Dark Tiger. Did you guys? He was in a 5-Day Rentals movie. Did you recognize that one?
That's our villain in Dark Angel.
Yep.
All right, come in peace.
I come in peace.
I was trying to think of that. I was like, I don't remember fucking anything that happened in that movie.
I heard the guy's driving around listening to like classical music and shit, and then he gets
The CD is like,
Yeah, I was like, there's something with the
like-
CD.
yeah, it flies around and kills all those dudes at the bar.
Oh yeah, that's cool, dude.
Dolph is into like fancy wines and shit.
Mm-hmm. It's a secret Christmas movie, right?
Yeah.
Isn't?
Yeah. Man, you guys got good memories.
And then other than that, we have Timothy Bottoms as Marcus. He gets the as in the opening credits, and Stoney Jackson as Fury. Stoney Jackson is a canon regular, so you may not recognize him, but I'm sure you've seen him in at least 5 movies.
He's a Walter Hill guy.
Oh yeah, he was in like Streets of Fire, I think.
Who's he in this?
Fury, he's the leader of the Red Dragons, which is the bad gang, not the Red
Ah.
Scorpions, the good
Oh.
gang.
I like taking a
Guy
piss.
who likes to piss. Yeah.
I like pissing.
I love pissing.
I love
I was kind of bummed that guy wasn't in more of the movie. He might have been like the best actor.
Richard Lynch. I'll
Okay.
give Stoney Jackson number 2, but yeah, they're pretty much the only 2 people giving any sort of life to this film.
Mm-hmm.
Now guys, we know TriStar Pictures. We even know Trimark Pictures from Pinocchio's Revenge, but now we have Trivision Entertainment presents a shower production.
Did Shower Production do anything else?
A shower production.
They did. Trivision
The-
came out with 3 movies, which I guess is where the name comes from. Actually, I think this was the only shower production. Yes, this is the only shower production.
Not in our world. We have a whole bunch.
Truthfully, we ended 5-Day Rentals to revive Shower Productions.
Big announcement tonight.
We were able to buy that name dirt cheap, dude.
So the movie begins. We get a brief shot of a tiger mask, the title, Lone Tiger, helicopter shots of Las Vegas at night while Joe Satriani plays the guitar, I guess. And we cut to some sort of pit fight between a guy wearing American flag Zubaz and a guy who looks like Mick Foley. And the first line of this movie,
Kill it, man! Break that little neck!
it's an aggressive opening to a film.
I don't like it. I think it's in poor taste.
That's so brave of you.
I
See
paused
something,
it.
say something.
I paused it and I said, "Is the movie going to get any better than that?"
I didn't say it, so I'm happy.
You wrote it down though.
Tattooed. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
But you sent us a lip sync TikTok that you were doing.
that's
How'd you
our
even get
private
that audio
TikTok, dude.
into the TikTok
I
database, dude?
upload it.
POV, you're at the park with your kid.
There's another guy observing this fight who also looks like Mick Foley. There's about 4 or 5 Mick Foleys in this movie.
The guys he's fights in this movie, they're like your uncles or something.
You got overweight Sam Elliott later on.
There's a dude with he's got some killer bangs and a beautiful long, mullet is offensive. Like, to call it a mullet is short-sighting it. I mean, it's a haircut you would see getting coffee now. Incredible.
And it's still like shorter on the back, but he still has the long ass ponytail. They went to like a truck stop and were like, "You want to be in a movie tonight?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, man. How much?
The antagonist of the film, Richard Lynch, his character is Rosner. He says, this fighter ain't worth the 10 grand he's going to lose on his ass. And the Mick Foley guy in the ring snaps American flag guy's neck to end the fight. Richard Lynch storms off in disgust.
What is Richard Lynch doing in this movie? He's kind of like a cigar and fedora guy. That's kind of like like he's he's doing shit like that in it. That
Yeah. It reminds me of a character from Gone with the Pope that Bones was very fond of quoting. I think he kept saying, like, it's mine and you're tough. It's very like, so the first time I watched this movie, I had to watch it in halves. I honestly was having a very good time with this movie for like the first 45 minutes the first time I watched it. I don't know why in retrospect.
It has the comforting hallmarks of a good TV movie. Like it immediately, there's no pressure with this. This is going to go down smooth. But then when you hit that 40-minute mark and it's just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 sets and conversations, it wears you out. You can fall asleep and wake up, feel like, did I take a 40-minute nap or a 4-minute nap?
Mhm.
Or am I in a fucking time loop because he was in the office when I fell asleep and now he's in the office again? What's going on? And then Nolan breaks through your door and he's like, did you enjoy that, mate?
He's
Whoa,
Australian?
dude. Yeah, you're in the alternate.
Time flip is a flat circle, so it's now in Australia on the bottom instead of England on the top.
Okay. And in this world, Interstellar's good?
No, it still sucks, dude.
Okay.
Still trapped in that fucking bookcase. Don't go, mate. Don't leave. Don't let me go.
Remember that R. Kelly remix where he's in the library, stuck in a bookcase?
Didn't he do like multiple
There's
it
like,
goes on.
I think there was like 10 or so, and then he was like, okay, well, I'm just going to do like, I think there's like over 20 of them. There's enough to where they release DVDs of it.
I think somebody told me that. They're like, yeah, this is like an ongoing series. And I was like, what?
It'll be a season 5 of Dead Formats. You'll be back. DK and Dan. Yeah.
Be a box set.
I think I know someone who would like to talk about that. Cut to a guy hitchhiking through Nevada, standing easily 25 feet away from the road. Truck swings by to pick him up and drop him off in Las Vegas. Like, not
He's
like
so happy.
off the strip.
He wants to be a showgirl, right?
Yeah.
No, he's there for the half-pound ham steak.
It's only like $2.99, dude. That is a good deal.
Is it just a big slab of ham that you get?
Yeah, you got the
you never
bone
had a
in
ham
there,
steak?
Kron.
Well, I don't know
It's
if I've ever
delicious.
called it a ham steak. I've had a big slice of ham on Christmas Day.
Dude, you make money now. You can say ham steak.
All right. I'll dust it off in the break room. It's my ham steak.
Waffle
Yeah,
House
just-
calls it country ham.
Stinks, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'll probably mow the grass, barbecue up a few ham steaks. What are you guys doing?
Just walking around getting hassled by sex workers, you know.
Whoa, where do you work, dude?
I work off the strip in Las Vegas. I work at the ham steak place. So he goes to some place called the Linda Manor Hotel, and he can't even afford that. So he decides to sleep in an alley, and immediately he hears a fight and decides to intervene.
The face he makes is not, oh my gosh, I need to do something and stop this. It is they need to shut the fuck up over there. I had to bag it up several times. Like it's like he is upset.
We're
At
so
the-
cold.
Yeah, those desert nights, chilly.
Well, if only he had a mask for his face or something. Keep his ears warm.
There's a gang of extremely aggressive thugs attacking a man and a woman. One of them says,
Take it like the whore you are. Oh, and you will learn to like it.
and this drifter guy stops them. The thugs toss out a few anti-Asian ethnic slurs. And at this point, I was getting serious deja vu of Kinjite. It has that canon feel.
Mm-hmm. Can we talk briefly?
Big smile on your face.
Yep.
Well, we got to talk briefly about where they are doing this fight. It's 3 walls. It looks like they gave a PA and an intern 4 spray cans in 15 minutes and said, make it look like a gang operates here. And I wrote down some of the tags that are on these walls. Here they are. Lads. CM. Hot. JB. Slat. Hot again. T-bone. Like $4 signs. A penis. There's one that says panhead, which I didn't know. That's racist. Or I mean, panhead doesn't sound good.
Motorcycle.
And then this one, Biscuit, 23, Mart, Gab, and Black.
This is going to be a weird Mad Libs dude, but here you go.
Wait a minute. You're telling me there is no Jesus fish whatsoever on that?
No.
Or swastika. That's like the go-to for these kind of movies.
Communism isn't all over the place yet.
Okay.
I think there was an anarchy symbol, but I couldn't quite make it out.
You know it's fake graffiti because you can understand it.
Mm-hmm.
I drive through St. Louis and I go, okay.
Yeah. If I get stuck at the train track on the way home from work, I can't read a thing, dude.
You get excited if you see a penis. I know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Take that, urologist.
I see this
Didn't
dick
need
over
7
here.
years of school.
So this hitchhiker guy beats these people's asses. He stabs one of the goons in the ass with a switchblade. Then the cops show up, and the mysterious stranger runs off with the man and woman who are being harassed. And they take him to the warehouse that they live in. These kids are in a gang called the Red Scorpions. They make their living by robbing old ladies. And the other goons are in a different gang called the Red Dragons. And the Red Scorpions owe the Red Dragons some money. And this guy, he introduces himself as Chuji Kurenai, a.k.a. Tiger. And he doesn't like how the Red Scorpions make a living, but he decides to stay anyway, even though there is no qualitative difference between them and the gang they were fighting.
Some incredible low-budget blocking here when before Tiger even really turns to start walking away, the other actor's like, where are you going? And Tiger has to like take a beat to like still like show like that I was turning and then come back.
Mm-hmm.
And
Behind this tin wall.
Cron, your Letterboxd review, I think now is probably a good time to bring it up. I don't want it to seem like it's my thought. Your observation of this movie, I think, is spot on.
Thank you. Yeah, so my Letterboxd review of this was, I think they could have shaved off 12 minutes of runtime if they just asked the main actor to stop delivering his lines that way. Because every single line delivery is like, I am Tiger Mask. There's a pause in the middle of everything that he says.
Is it a phonetic reading?
No, because he's American.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Literally born in America. So
we can do the accent too.
That's what you're saying. Basically.
The voice memos that Dan was sending this week were really good, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got it down, buddy.
You should do the ADR for the 4K.
Well, our Shower Productions, I didn't want to say it. We were going to announce it at the end, but we are doing a sequel to this. So.
Mm-hmm. We're also putting out just shower videos.
I didn't know where all your fingers were at one point, Cron. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
A little more soap though, and a little bit more steam. I think you did run out of hot water there at the end.
Get a better fucking go tankless, dude. What do you want me to say?
Are you tankless at your house?
No, I'm not.
Damn, that's a chance for a Brewster's, and it didn't.
But Showers Productions should be tankless. I mean,
maybe not at first.
How you doing, Chris?
Good. Back at the Red Dragon lair, the leader of the gang steps out of the bathroom.
I love to bid.
Best line in the whole movie, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I instantly thought I connect with this character.
Especially what he says later. You're like, oh, this is my totem.
Yep.
He asks the guy who got stabbed in the ass what happened. Lots more ethnic slurs fly around, and the Red Dragons vow to get revenge on Chuji. Back at the Red Scorpions warehouse, the leader, LP, is pissed off and wants Chuji to leave. He says,
I'm the oldest, the baddest, I'm the smartest. I take care of you. I'm the leader here, not him.
No.
What did you say?
You cannot be a good leader. Right now, you are too weak.
Did you guys know that this gang of wayward youth is based on Pinocchio?
Mm-hmm.
How?
Did you guys get that?
No.
All those holes in the wall behind them, they're not bullet holes. Those were Pinocchio lie piercing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Chuji kicks LP's ass. He becomes the de facto leader of this gang that he disagrees with existing in the first place.
Hey, his morals are pretty fucked up too. I mean,
he's just a fucking idiot. He's stupid.
I see you're taking the Kron angle here. You don't like a strong lead either.
He's not a strong lead. He does whatever anyone else tells him to do all the time.
Yeah, is there a single thing he doesn't do if you just ask him 2 or 3 more times? Like, you can get him to break.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, they get him to kill that guy in the death fight later, so.
Hey, if we can't call these fights, okay?
Bouts.
Yeah.
Rossner is receiving a massage from 2 bikinied women, and he's...
That's not true. He's being massaged by one woman as he massages the other woman,
who feels like she really doesn't want to have her face shown on camera.
Mm-mm. She also seems like she doesn't want to have Richard Lynch's hand on her back.
Would you?
I would, but...
This is interrupted by a woman named Costello. She's a private investigator, and Rossner asks her to find him a real street fighter, photograph him in action, and find out where he lives. And luckily for her, she parks her car in a random alley, and immediately a turf war between the Red Dragons and the Red Scorpions breaks out. Chuji steps in to defend his gang, and the Red Dragons start rifling through his bag. They find a tiger mask. They put it on his head mockingly, and this is a mistake because he beats up the entire Red Dragon gang.
Slowly.
Yes. There was a part in this where Fury, the leader of the Red Dragons, is talking to the guy that got stabbed in the ass. And the guy that got stabbed is like,
Hey, man, the dude was pretty quick. Hey, man, the dude was pretty quick. What the hell was that supposed to mean?
and I think that's batting 1,000 for me in terms of when that shows up in a movie, I fucking lose it. I don't know why. It's so immature. It's not even a joke. It's just repeating the thing they just said in a stupid voice. It's very funny to me.
It's funny when it doesn't happen to you.
Yeah.
You know, it's... My wife did a too slow on me the other day. I was in a bad mood for 20, 25 minutes until she was like, really? And I was like, yeah, it's funny. It's funny when you do it. Not funny when it happens to you. It's really fucking... I'm pissed off. Okay.
Did you put your tiger mask on and scare her a little bit?
Dan once hit me with an obviously, and I still think about it.
Which one was that?
We went to go watch a movie, and the Amityville Horror with Ryan Reynolds, like the trailer started.
Jesus Christ.
I still think about it. And I was like, they're fucking remaking this? And Dan was like, obviously. And like 16 people laughed. I was like, God damn it.
I don't remember that.
Fucking got him.
Burns my ass, dude.
I think about it too, because I was next to Dan, and I thought, oh man, that was fucking golden. Dan got him, dude.
I'm spray painting
thanks, guys.
a penis and obviously on your fucking gravestone.
I stood on a side of my house, dude. Have something to look at.
So Costello is snapping pictures of this fight the whole time. She immediately reports to Rossner, I found him, your new champion. And guys, is there a worse way to show someone's fighting skills than still photographs? I feel like describing it is probably better than photos.
There's that really iconic photo of Muhammad Ali, where he knocked out, I don't know who, Liston? Is that a guy?
Sonny Liston, yes, he was a boxer.
But that's like a pretty, iconic image of fights.
Well, that guy actually had just tripped. Ali's asking him like, "Hey,
Hmm.
what happened?"
I don't think it was Liston. I thought that was Jake Paul.
I wish.
You know, he called. He was like, "Hey, my name's Jake Paul. You think Muhammad would want to fight me?"
He's been dead for 10 years.
Not before. I'd
Richard-
see that.
Richard Lynch seems startled by the fact that this guy was wearing a tiger mask, and he asks Costello to bring him the Tiger Man immediately. Costello leaves. Rossner calls in his assistant King. In steps Robert Z'Dar wearing a fucking duster.
Hell yeah, dude.
Is this the "what took you so long? I ran here"? Yeah.
Yes, it is.
He's got some great fits in this thing. Just dusters and like, looks like sweatshirts that he thrifted a day before they shot the scene.
Yeah, it's all coming back. He's dressed exactly like one of these Gen Alpha kids.
Mm-hmm.
I would just assume he'd have to wear a button up, right? He's stretching out anything going over that head.
What year was this? 96?
6.
Jesus.
He's got a great look. I think he's a good actor. I think, unfortunately, just can't take your eyes off. You're like not paying attention to his acting whenever he's talking. Or is that just me?
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, he's good. It's like, I was watching this and thinking about like the tiers of action stars. You have your Arnolds and your Slys at the top. Then below that, you kind of have like Van Damme. And then below that, you have like, Scott Adkins. Then below that, you have like Don the Dragon Wilson. Below that, you have Robert Z'Dar. And below that, you have this, like the main dude in this movie, Bruce Locke.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it seems like they tried to make him a thing, or maybe the Shower Productions was just like, he's Asian, let's hire him.
Yeah, we've got a ton of work to do to get Shower Productions' name back on top, dude.
Gonna need a good PR guy. What does PR stand for?
Public relation.
Press release.
Piss release.
Oh,
I love to piss release.
I love to piss, dude.
I fucking hate peeing, dude.
Why?
Oh, all the time.
It feels good.
Do you hate the "I have to get up and go pee"?
Yeah.
Wow, first word problems, dude. So you have to hoist yourself out of your chair.
It's like the opposite of writing. Like, I hate having to pee. I love peeing. Right? The famous line, like, I hate writing, but I love having written.
It's always better afterwards. It's like a run. Sometimes you pee and you have the runs, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the body's a mysterious thing, dude.
Chris, how long are you going to let us just make poo-poo and pee-pee jokes?
Forever, because spoilers, got frustrated and stopped taking notes at a certain point, so we got to fill time somehow.
Chris, how much do you like peeing?
Oh, I love to piss.
Hell yeah, dude. Not Dan, too good for it.
I mean, I think you guys, you convinced
You got a
me.
real fucking Baron Harkonnen attitude about life, dude.
Who?
Baron Harkonnen.
Who's that?
Harkonnen? How are we saying it these days?
Did you just make a Dune joke?
Yeah.
Fucking nerd, dude.
She's kind of like a
Fucking nerd.
big blob guy, but he hates getting up to pee.
That's the
Piss
one
is
guy.
the mind killer.
He pees in all that goop that he's in.
So the fuck? Yeah. Robert Z'Dar. Rossner recognizes the Tiger Mask. He wants King to train Tiger Mask to be his new champion. Cut to a wrestling match between Dark Tiger and Turbo. And soak this in because there will be no more of it for roughly the next hour of the film.
Mhm. Yeah, you get a little here towards the middle, a tiny bit at the end.
what was the company, like WBO or some shit?
WWO.
Oh, WWO.
World Wrestling Organization.
Operation.
All right.
This is before the McMahons took over the territories.
Mm-hmm.
And Chuji and his gang of orphans are watching from the stands. And after the fight, Chuji has a flashback to
the orphans know how to bop, dude.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was going to bring that up. These gangs, they have no unifying look, dude. Even the orphans and the Warriors had matching OD green t-shirts.
The Warriors didn't wear green. What are you?
The orphans did.
Orphans?
Yeah. You said the orphans and the Warriors.
The orphans in the movie The Warriors.
I thought you said and. Okay.
Mm-mm. Warriors had all that fucking fly gear.
I was about to get thunder pissed, bro.
The Warriors had a bunch of fly gear on. Orphans, they just had t-shirts, but at least they had, they bought a 20-pack and were doling them out.
Yeah, and they had, write-up in the newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. You guys really bop.
Look at this article we laminated.
So the Red Scorpions, did they just sneak into this event, or did they use the old woman's money that was stolen to pay for the tickets? Because that's not very moral.
Chuji has a confusing moral compass, to say the least.
Like, isn't it more interesting if they're like watching from the rafters or, watching on a stolen TV or outside of, glass?
They found a hole in the fence that they're all one by one putting their eye up to.
Mm-hmm.
Are you turning this into Porky's?
I was thinking more like a Little Rascals kind of thing, but whatever.
Porky was the dog, I think.
So Chuji has a flashback to when he was a child in Japan with his father, the original Tiger Mask. They walk extremely slowly down an industrial hallway. That's about it. Back in the present day, Chuji is thinking to himself outside the squared circle.
It's good to know that he talks the talk and walks the walk very slowly.
Someday, I will fight the Dark Tiger.
Slowly.
Like this whole Dark Tiger thing has nothing to fucking do with the story of this movie at all.
Well,
he just says that as if, oh yeah, the Dark Tiger, you gotta fight him.
Well, doesn't he think he thinks the Dark Tiger killed his dad?
I don't think that he does think that.
I don't think so either. And this time, I'm like, I can't wait for this fight.
Wait now, he's looking for the guy who killed his dad.
And that's why I'm saying this doesn't matter, because I don't think that he thinks the Dark Tiger killed his dad.
I think he just wants to be the number one champion, right?
You can't have two guys running around using the name Tiger. It looks bad for the company.
Maybe what's her name as a private eye was so good that she found out that he didn't even know. She was like, yeah, damn, this girl good.
Costello goes to the orphan warehouse and convinces Tiger to meet Rosner by giving him $1,000. Rosner asks Tiger where he got the mask. Tiger says, the mask is mine. Rosner convinces Tiger to fight for him later that night in exchange for $5,000.
Smoking.
I think there's a part in here too where the dialogue, like, do you recognize this mask? Yeah, it's a tiger mask. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the level this movie operates at.
In the pit, Tiger faces off against the Mick Foley from the first fight. He wins, but refuses to kill the Mick Foley, and instead, he fucks up a celebratory backflip. And Rosner just shoots the Mick Foley instead. Chuji leaves, disgusted by the blood money.
All right. Rosner keeps going on about, like, these are the underground fights. Like, he's talking to Zadar. He's like, we do this underground fight stuff. It's to the death. Whenever you get to these fights, it is Richard Lynch and Marcus watching the fights.
Mr. Marcus.
They couldn't get 20 people to be extras to fucking cheer and wave their arms around and shit. I mean, it seems like the entire underground fight league is for two guys that bet each other $100,000 on each fight.
Dude, everybody followed the fucking rules. They didn't talk about that fight club. That's how you know it's good.
it just seems like you should have a bunch of degenerate gamblers standing around placing bets and, you know.
They figured out years ago that it wasn't worth it with these two.
It's just the whole league is for two guys. It doesn't make any sense.
Dana White opened up a new company. That's where they're at. He's got this good commentator, too. His name's Joe Rogan. He really knows his shit.
You think at some point they'd say, I could offset my losses if the fight doesn't go my way, if we sell a few goddamn tickets to the other underground fight league.
You think Dana White walked by like that night they were filming and he was like, I could do better than this.
Mm-hmm. I could get more than 2 people total to watch a fight.
Tiger? The fuck is that shit?
Costello catches up to Tiger and gives him his money for the fight. He goes back to the orphan warehouse and gives the money to the queen orphan, Rita. And Rosner holds a Catholic mass in his closet for some reason.
Hell yeah, dude.
Maybe this is a good time to start bringing this up. This movie has some of the worst sound mixing I've ever heard in a film.
So glad you chose us, man.
I'm fairly confident that they are just using a built-in mic on the camera, because there are times where
you can hear the water fountain
or cars driving by, or someone says a line off screen that's not ADR'd and it just sounds like a directional mic is pointing away from them. And so it almost like there were times when I thought it was like members of the crew laughing that accidentally got caught on camera. But you can't understand, like, especially if you get Richard Lynch and Mr. Marcus in a room, it's like they're having a contest to see who can use their vocal cords the least. There are lines where Mr. Marcus talks and all you can hear is like the sound of his lips. I can't emphasize enough how shitty this movie sounds.
It really adds to the experience, though.
And to be fair, I know at least in one of those office scenes with Richard Lynch and Zadar, they did have another mic because you can barely see it hanging out from the top of the fucking frame. So at least some of those office ones, they had a guy holding the boom mic.
And his office constantly has a one log fire burning, and there's scenes where it's so fucking loud you can't hear them talking over the sound effect of fire. It sounds like a forest fire.
I think it's just a living room that they put a desk in.
What is an office if not a room with a desk in it?
Whoa, dude.
Straight fucking got my ass.
Holy fuck.
All right, I'm out. Later, guys.
Looking around here.
That's the one I'm going to think about.
Theory checks out.
For 17 years.
You cooked his ass, Chris.
I'm free.
Obviously.
Curse is broken.
I'm free.
Tiger meditates, and through a flashback, it's revealed that his father was shot in the head by a mysterious assassin in that very same hallway that they were slowly walking down earlier. And even though Tiger has such distaste for blood money, he still shows up to Rosner's house the next day. We get a sweet montage of King training Tiger with some flashbacks to Tiger being trained as a child by some guy who handles nunchucks as if he's never even heard of the concept of nunchucks before. So sound, terrible. Also legitimately some of the worst fight choreography I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah, that's one of my notes was just like, I don't want to talk too much shit on like the main actor, but to me it was a combo of like terrible line delivery,
Fitting.
and terrible movement during the actual fights. Like none of it really looks good. None of what he's saying comes out good. It's just, there's nothing to latch on to be like, at least this is working, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's like the level of fighting you would see in like a 50s B movie of like winding up to punch someone. Mm-hmm. Every strike is like that. And I was thinking of like, oh, what are other like notoriously shitty like martial arts movies? So I looked up a fight scene from Miami Connection. It's like mind-blowingly better than anything that's in Lone Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
The sand isn't helping.
Or The Mask.
The Mask isn't helping. The fact that it's also like it's a death fight, but they're incorporating or trying to incorporate classic wrestling maneuvers like backbreakers and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, you break a guy's back, it's pretty easy to kill him, dude.
Obviously.
It's terrible.
I don't know. It's bad. It sucks.
Well,
the hand goes and he like grabs it.
We're not quite here either, but it's like the whole storyline to this is upside down from what it should be. It's like this guy starts in the death fight league and they're like, hey, you did so good at death fights. You can be a professional wrestler now. Like, it seems like you should start at professional wrestler, down on his luck, has to go into the death fight league and, make his money there.
Or did death fights in Japan, came over here to try to go straight or something. I mean, that's a little too generic, but it at
least makes more sense than
there's
started at death fight.
I completely agree with you. And there's no growth because every time he's like, I'm not doing your fights, Rosner. And after 3 times of going, come on, he'll be like, all right, I'll do it, but don't shoot the guy. Well, We'll see.
Yeah,
Come on, man. One of the orphans can't have cancer or something and say like the bills are $10,000, something to kind of like.
Oh, they kind of do something like that, but it lasts for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Later on when the cops show up. But I guess this is probably a good time to talk about the source material for this because I did read like 7 or 8 chapters of the Tiger Mask manga, which makes some of this not make sense, but at least you see like where it originated. So basically the story of the Tiger Mask manga is there's like some secret organization called the Tiger's Den or the Tiger's Cave that's based in Germany. And what this organization does is it takes orphans and trains them to be like the ultimate heel in pro wrestling and then sends them around the world to wreak havoc in all of these leagues of wrestling. So that's what the character Tiger Mask is. Like, he's the ultimate heel. He starts off in America. He basically gets run off because every fight he just gets disqualified from. And then so he goes to Japan, where he's from, and the orphanage he grew up in has been like taken over by the Yakuza. So he uses his earnings to pay off the debt to save the orphanage. But because he does that, the Tiger's Den organization is like, hey, you're supposed to be kicking up to us. So since you're not, what we're going to do is send all of our heels after you. So basically what it is, it's just Tiger Mask fighting a series of like heel wrestlers in a tournament style thing, which is actually like a pretty fun concept for a comic book. So that's why there's like this preoccupation with orphans in this movie, even though it amounts to nothing. And there's a little bit of pro wrestling, even though like the manga is just all pro wrestling fights for the most part, with little scenes stitching it together of like, hey, here's some money for your orphanage. I
mean, that would have been so much more fun. It's just get a good guy that can move around the ring adequately and just have him fight crazy fun characters.
It would have been it would have been like Bloodsport, but with pro wrestling, basically. It would have been fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's 96. What are the Dudley Boys doing? Like, get him in here.
Let's see. Probably yelling at obscenities at people in the crowd. That's what they were doing in ECW, so. They were yelling the kind of stuff that only Laundry Dan would say on a podcast record.
Yeah.
That's not too bad then.
King tells Tiger that he has to dress for the job he wants, so he must train with the tiger mask on. Tiger, he's being drugged by dirt bikes, running up hills, doing his kata on top of a mountain. All the while, Joe Satriani is again going ham on the Git box.
Is it really Joe Satriani?
No, it just sounds like generic ass shredder music.
It could have used a little bit more blues.
I was thinking about that. I was like, is there a guy out there that's like, I fucking ripped a solo in a movie? Like, has he ever seen or heard, or did he know where that solo went? But he's like, man, yeah, it was in Lone Tiger.
Mhm.
It's probably the guy that's living off the residuals from the Becker intro. Like, that's
a deep pool, Bones. I think we've talked about that and you sent it to us.
I like Becker, man. It's just funny.
Dude, are you watching Becker since we ended 5DR?
I got a lot more time now. That's 24 episodes a week I can watch.
So bitter that you guys never did his Becker box set that he kept bringing up week after week.
Well, Laundry Dan couldn't handle it. He said Pecker the whole time.
What did he do? He went to like the same coffee shop before he went to work. Was that Becker?
Was he a doctor?
That was Friends. That was Frasier.
Now mesh the two, and you have the perfect late 90s sitcom.
Oh, House.
Hysterical.
Becker.
Tiger and Costello have dinner together. She prods him for more information, but he's a steel trap.
What did the Becker fucking intro sound like?
It sounds like the score to this movie. It's just like really bluesy guitar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Some boomer bends.
You'll know. This time next week, you'll have watched a few episodes of Becker. Be like, pretty fucking funny.
Kron will be left out and he'll start watching it.
It's a funny premise because he's a doctor, but he's a curmudgeon.
A new podcast has started.
Talking Beck.
Bend it like Becker.
Becker and Call. Yeah, they're having dinner. She's like talking about how she got hooked up with Rossner in the first place, but it really doesn't matter. Tiger shows up at the orphanage warehouse and presents the Red Scorpions with the lease to the warehouse. He appoints Rita as the boss, and the Red Scorpions finally have a home.
It wouldn't have been cheaper to buy like an actual house?
How did they sell property to an immigrant? Let's ask that question, America. Because you know what we need? Tighter borders. No? Not the right crowd, huh?
The commentary contained within this episode does not reflect the thoughts of Dead Formats nor the rest of the other guest show.
Costello gives Rossner the rundown on Tiger. His real name is Chuji Kurenai. His father was the wrestler Tiger Mask, who was murdered in Las Vegas 15 years ago after a WWO match. He was also...
This lady's a private investigator.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know a bullet hole.
She doesn't get that deep.
Okay.
That hole could be anything, Bones.
Oh no, was he stabbed by Pinocchio's nose?
Mm-hmm.
You sound like a porn director. That hole can be anything.
He was most likely punched by a guy with a perfectly cylindrical ring.
Oh no. He was tortured by a T-1000?
Mm-hmm.
The original Tiger Mask was also sponsored by a super secret organization in Japan. They're even more dangerous than the Yakuza. After that, Chuji was raised by an old karate master in an orphanage near Tokyo, and Chuji sends most of his money back to that orphanage in Tokyo, even though we never see him do that, because he gets $5,000 for a fight, and he's like, hey, Rita, here's $5,000.
Wonder if this guy funded the Dick Tracy kid. That'd be his new one.
That kid was sneaking. Dude, he was only in an orphanage for like a day.
Kid was a shit. He's probably an asshole now.
Sucking eggs.
Mm-hmm. I bet his podcast would be so funny, dude.
Also, Rossner's associate, Mr. Marcus, was at the fight where Chuji's father was killed. Rossner tells Costello to drop her investigation.
I was trying to think of a name for it.
Rossner and Tiger have one of about 5 conversations that they have throughout the movie that are basically like, you're fighting for me, kid. I told you, I will not kill anyone. And then he just fights anyway. It easily, you could have taken 30 minutes out of this movie and lost nothing if you just did like 3 less of these.
Yeah.
It's almost 2 hours.
You could cut an hour out of this movie and not lose anything critical.
Later that night, Tiger has another pit fight, this time against Sam Elliott's out-of-shape brother. And to make things interesting, Tiger fights with one hand tied to his waist. He wins once again, but he refuses to kill his opponent. And somehow that means it ends in a draw because this time Rosner doesn't kill him, which we've seen you can just win a fight that way.
Uh-huh. Well, there's only 2 guys watching, so it really... You don't have to sway that many people to change the rules, you know?
And at the orphan warehouse, a woman from social services shows up to evict the orphans. There's underage children without any supervision. She's called the cops, and all of the orphans are now a ward of the state. Rosner walks in. He's behind this whole thing. He blackmails Tiger into fighting for him again. And he tells Tiger he'll set up a match with Dark Tiger if Tiger keeps fighting for Rosner. And Costello and Chuji, they have a conversation about who murdered Chuji's father. Really doesn't fucking matter.
I think they keep saying it was Dark Tiger who did it, and that's why I thought that earlier.
No.
Are you sure?
Sounds
sure.
like you need to do a rewatch.
Maybe I was filling in the gaps for this.
I think you were.
It would have at least worked, you know?
And if the repetitive nature of this hasn't revealed itself yet, it really sticks out when he fights the same guy again the next day and refuses to kill him. But this time, the guy randomly fucking has a heart attack at the end of the fight.
He's out of shape, man. I mean, and I guess from Rosner's point of view, a win's a win, you know? A death counts either way, so...
Be it a bullet or myocardial infarction, win's a win.
And this time Marcus has to pay up, dude. No more of this weaseling out on
just
nobody died bullshit.
Just passing the same amount of money back and forth all these years.
Of course, dude.
Marcus does give him his money, and as he's counting it, he says,
Yes, indeedy, indeed, indeed. Huh?
Had to be an ad lib, right? Like, that was I wrote that down. It was one of the funniest lines, dude.
Costello decides she's had enough of Rosner. She runs off to find Tiger. She finds him in one of the 3 locations featured in this film, the orphan warehouse. And this scene is framed very weirdly. They go up into an attic of the warehouse.
Look out, Dan.
I couldn't tell, because you can see, the steeple, the slanted top of this attic, but then you can tell that it's still inside a building. So I don't know if they just didn't frame it correctly, or if this is, I guess what this is a warehouse for is barns. They just keep barns at this warehouse.
Looked like, did he build a loft up in the rafters or something?
We just haven't found the horror movie that was shot alongside of this. It's out there somewhere. Shower Productions, what was it? Barn Massacre? Warehouse Massacre?
Did we pass the chicken lunch?
Yes, I blew right past that.
I'm supposed to believe this lady just made some homemade fucking fried chicken.
Oh, is that where she's eating a meal with Lone Tiger?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. There was such a confusing bit of dialogue in there because he's asking her, she asked him, what was your childhood like? And then he says, tell me about yours. And she says, nothing special. I grew up with aunts and uncles. And then he says, cats and dogs. What the fuck does that mean?
And he he cracks himself up.
Yeah. Wow.
And she doesn't even bat an eye.
I rewound it a few times. I'm like, what am I missing?
I think in Japanese culture, traditionally, aunts and uncles don't get along. They can't live together. All your uncles live in one house and all your aunts live in another, right?
So it's not like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
And all your uncles, they all poop in a box.
Well, I'm hanging out at Uncle House, dude.
Sorry. I like the chicken thing. She's like already made it too. It's like in a fancy salad bowl, like a big mixing bowl.
Just been in the fucking microwave for 3 days.
It's possible. Yeah. I mean, I haven't made fried chicken in 25 years. So, but I remember it being quite the ordeal, you know?
I mean, it is. That's why shake and bake exists.
Oh, shake and bake on a ham steak?
Shake and steak.
This got hard. Slap $2.99 on that motherfucker. Shit. Eat like a king.
Tiger's on the run, but Mick Foley and King track him down and bring him back to Rosner. Once again, Rosner convinces Tiger to fight for him again.
Oh,
this
God,
time,
I hope Lone Tiger fights Tiger King.
He'll be
so
fine.
cool.
No, he fights Mr. Mexico instead.
Oh, shit, that's right. Pick up Mr. Mexico.
Fighting Mr. Mexico is going to get Tiger's foot in the door of becoming legit. From there, it's only a matter of time before Tiger gets his shot at Dark Tiger. Back at the orphan warehouse, Rosner, Mick Foley, and King enter. And I thought this was actually the most pro wrestling thing about this, because they walk into this warehouse like NWO walking down to the ring. As soon as Rosner enters the frame, it starts like playing his theme song. Pretty fucking good. Mr.
Dan, favorite NWO member?
I don't know. Probably Scott Hall and Kevin Nash.
Yeah, Scott Hall, dude. So sweet. It's just like a fucking soundbite almost when that guy was in the ring.
Razor Ramon, yeah.
Mm. Hey yo,
Chico.
You want a war?
Bones' favorite NWO member? Ice Cube.
Hogan's painted on beard.
Hell yeah, that's a good choice, dude. Hey brother, that's real.
I don't look bloated now.
I can grow dark hair when I want to.
It's totally not painted.
What happens when you don't eat your vegetables and take your vitamins?
Him just sitting in a fucking folding chair backstage, rubbing shoe polish into his face.
It's a living.
You don't think it's like an old Adam West Batman mask that he is like spray painting like a stencil?
I don't know how I guess he was just dyeing his beard hair, right?
Yeah.
Well, but then again, his head hair is not naturally.
Yeah, just for men who bang their husband or their best friend's wives.
Her best friend
That's in parentheses at the bottom of the box.
Mr. Marcus shows up with Mr. Mexico, Dark Tiger, and another Mick Foley. Dark Tiger compliments Tiger's father's fighting prowess, and Mr.
Could
Marcus...
you just call them Irish Americans, please?
Mr. Ireland. Mr. Marcus is insulted by the mere suggestion that Chuji can hang in the WWO. He says,
"You gotta be kidding. Come on, Rosner. I thought this was gonna be worth my time. Worth Mr. Mexico's time. You know what? You're beginning to piss me off again."
Tiger kicks Mr. Mexico's ass. He proves he's got what it takes to fight in the WWO.
Cool.
I mean, did three guys backstage predetermine Lone Tiger needed to win this to
put him over?
Mm-hmm.
How did they not look at Lone Tiger and be like, star in the making? Got a mask.
I mean, that's kind of the whole start of the movie. They're all like, he's too little. He can't.
Look at Rey Mysterio. He's a huge star. He's tiny.
Yeah, but you can't wrestle with that big fishbowl on your head, though, dude.
It's true.
Rey Mysterio is a high flyer of the highest magnitude.
Mm-hmm.
Chuji fucking sucks. So he does get into the WWO in some sort of gauntlet match, I guess you would call it. He fights like 3 guys in a row, and Mr. Marcus shows up at Rosner's house displeased. He and Rosner make a deal. Tiger will take on any 3 fighters of Marcus's choosing, and if he wins, he gets a shot at Dark Tiger. that's literally what just fucking happened. He just fought 3 people.
Well, now it has to happen again, but this time outside at a pool.
Because we're going to use all the film we have.
An oddly tiny balcony on this house. It's like a mansion. I would venture to say that possibly one of you has a bigger balcony on their house than this guy.
I have no balconies, so.
Where do you think we live? New Orleans?
Houses have balconies.
Is it just a bedroom balcony?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, they do have that in that. I don't know where that house is, but it doesn't look like Vegas. But yeah, they're in Minnesota. They do have like bedroom balconies like this that do have stairs down to the first level. So I've seen it before, but we're led to believe that this is some sort of mansion.
Right.
And there's like 4 people on it and they seem uncomfortable.
I think this thing's coming down.
Again, Tiger agrees to fight for Rossner one more time.
For the 4th time.
Yeah. There's a poolside soiree. There's Mick Foley's everywhere. Costello shows up to the party with Dark Tiger. She tells Tiger that Rossner was there the night his father was killed. He wanted Tiger's father to take a dive, but he refused.
There are a lot of heavy set gentlemen with brown hair that aren't all Mick Foley's, dude.
They're Mick Foley's. When the hair goes past wavy into curly and you have a beard, you're over 6 feet tall, over 280, you're a Mick Foley.
All right.
He's a New York Times best-selling author, by the way.
It's fun.
One of the best wrestlers of all time, dude.
Yeah.
Bang, bang.
It's fight night. Tiger kicks the shit out of Sergeant Slaughter and 2 other jobbers.
Oh, man.
When it's all over, Costello pulls a gun on Rossner.
I did write he has to fight Sergeant Slaughter first. And then the second one I wrote down Blake from Workaholics.
Shit.
And that's pretty much where my notes end. Because nothing that happens after this really matters.
Well, there's like a weird turn in here where, so I think, what's the lady's name? Costello?
Yeah.
She goes and bangs Dark Tiger, right?
Yeah.
I was going to ask that same question, yeah.
I think they used to bang.
Mm-hmm.
But she goes into his room.
After tweaking his belly button.
Uh-huh. But then it kind of comes down, like the final standoff at first is Lone Tiger and Dark Tiger. And Dark Tiger is like, I didn't kill your dad. And then even Richard Lynch is like, no, I'm a good guy too. And then I guess
Mr. Marcus is like, this has nothing to do with me, and just leaves.
Yeah. And then I guess Robert Zadar comes out and he's got like a hand tattoo that Lone Tiger remembers or something. It's like all the bad guys end up being good guys except for Zadar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he beats him. Costello has a gun and she gets Rossner to give them like a briefcase full of money that I guess was the betting money that him and Mr. Marcus trade bi-weekly.
My favorite of the poor audio is when he's about to finish off Robert Zadar, and he's like, "It was Rossner's idea." Like it's,
and then nothing is solved, and so he's like, "I'm going to use this money to go to Japan and find out who killed my father." But his father was killed in Las Vegas, and then Costello's like, "You think you're going to go by yourself? I'm coming too." And Dark Tiger's like, "I'm coming too." And then Richard Lynch like is on the phone with someone in his
he calls King, right?
Yeah, he's like, "We're going to Japan too." And then the movie ends.
They knew they had a sequel on their hands.
Yeah.
So where's it at, Chris?
I don't know.
Shower Productions folded, dude. We never got Lone Tiger 2 back in Japan.
That's my next podcast, actually, is called Lost Sequels, where we just pitch what we want to see happen in these great movies. And I, for one, have no idea what would happen in Lone Tiger because now he's got a crew. Is it just Lone Tiger 2, Tiger's Den?
I think he marries, what's her name? Yeah, they have some cubs.
I think she dies in the opening scene so that there can be another will they, won't they?
A hot Japanese private investigator. Yeah.
Dark Tiger betrays him.
Oh, then he actually has to fight Dark Tiger?
Oh, they get to Japan and she's pregnant and they're pretty sure it's Dark Tiger's.
All right.
I don't know. I'm just trying to throw out some actual drama, you know?
So she has the baby and both tigers take care of it and support her.
Shit. There we go. There we go.
I feel like with the ethnic composition of the three people involved, it might be pretty obvious whose kid it was.
Well, not if the kid comes out wearing a tiger mask.
Oh, shit.
It's a mystery, the whole movie.
Got his ass. This is why we're Shower Productions, Chris. We think of these things.
So
yeah, it's a bad movie. Bad movie.
Lone Tiger. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Shit, goddamn.
No, please.
All right. I mean, not great, to be honest. I feel like a lot of the line deliveries are bad. A lot of the action is bad. I don't know, man. The most frustrating part is if it was just like terrible, right? You could kind of say, well, it's a piece of shit movie, whatever. But I feel like you got Lynch, you got Zadar, like you kind of had enough pieces to at least make a fun movie and you didn't do it. That's the biggest disappointment to me. I do think you get a few fun enough lines mixed in here that I don't know if I'd recommend it. I guess if you got to cover it on a podcast, you might find some things to enjoy. But there are a few lines. There was weirdly a part where Richard Lynch is in his Catholic
rectory.
Yeah, rectory. And there's such a funny line, dude, where he says, "Please, Lord, let me get even with Marcus." And I thought that was so funny that he's praying to God for revenge. I don't know. It's kind of a disappointment overall. I think they could have done a lot more. I cannot believe that this thing didn't get cut down to 1 hour and 23 minutes somewhere in the process. The fact that it's nearly 2 hours is mind-boggling. Chris, you kind of said up front that you enjoyed the first 45 minutes. I would say the same. And then you kind of hit that lull and you hit the pause button and you're like, God damn, there's another hour. So yeah, I don't know.
I think it's because the first 45 minutes, like that's enough for this movie to play out and see everything that will happen in this movie once. And then for the next hour and 5 minutes, it's those things over and over again.
Yeah. And I think even during this conversation, we came up with a better idea of let's just get this guy in wrestling matches fighting crazier and crazier characters. I don't know, like it wouldn't take a ton of work to get this thing into a fun script, and they just didn't do the work, So, not my favorite, kind of a stinker. I don't know if we're giving star ratings on this. I'd give it a solid 2.
Throw it out there.
I'd give it a 2.
I think that's generous.
There were enough funny lines that at least gave me a chuckle.
I think I'm with you too, Kron. I think I would also give it a 2. I think if you do find yourself coming across this, I wouldn't say it's necessarily worth it for Richard Lynch and Robert Zadar, but Richard Lynch is barely having to say phoning it in is sort of an insult because the guy just can ooze this dialogue and make it entertaining. Every sequence that's shot in the warehouse or in an alley looks like a Christian, straight, VHS shot morality after school it feels like directed by 3 different people throughout the movie. There's no real unifying tone. It's just, it starts really strong. I mean, I hate the fact that I was just so hammered when we started this at like, I don't even think it was that late. But at a certain point, I thought, man, I wish I wasn't so sleepy because this would be really fun to like riff on with some buddies. You get to that 40-minute mark, you're all tired of each other. There's nothing really to rip on. 2 stars, don't waste. I mean, just watch something else. You're just going to have the problem of how do I fix this or why am I watching this? And you're just going to go through, like, this movie just recycles the same 3 scenes. You're just going to have that thought over and over. So,
yeah, I mean, I do think like watch Bloodsport or hell, even watch Mortal Kombat or Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and you'll have a lot better time than.
Oh, speaking of
Lionheart.
Yeah.
This guy, Bruce Locke, played Shang Tsung in like some TV show, Mortal Kombat Conquest, that no one's ever heard of. So probably don't watch that either if Shang Tsung plays a prominent role. But yeah, Lionheart, that was a big one that I was like, they just watched Lionheart and they're like, oh, Tiger Heart.
Might have been better. Yeah, this movie sucked. Slow fights. I'm not an action, like, big. I mean, I like action, but Jesus, man. Whew, it's rough. I'll give it to Kron. Yeah, there are some funny lines here and there, but yeah, it's just, what? What are you doing?
Give me one.
Give you a funny line from this movie?
Give me something.
Compliment Bones too.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'll give it up to Bones. You know, this, watch something different.
I'll give one to Chris.
And I'll give it to Chris. Hey, thank you for reading 7 pages of the comic.
7 chapters.
Oh, okay. Chapters. I'll give you the chapters. And kind of showing us a little bit more of it that obviously didn't help because we're still saying, yeah, I get a better mask. I don't know, it's just like fucking stupid. It looked like the Tekken character at points. It really did.
Did you know it was a Leonard Nimoy mask that they just spray painted
Whoa.
tiger stripes on?
They attached fur to it and called it a day.
Yeah, 1.5 stars.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this movie sucks. It's kind of the double-edged sword of like, I try to pick things that are interesting that the guests may possibly like, but I also, in general, 80% of the things on this I have not seen prior to covering it, and that doesn't always work out because sometimes you get Lone Tiger, an hour and 49 minutes of basically nothing. This isn't really for anyone. Like, there's way better, like, D-tier martial arts movies out there. There's better Robert Z'Dar, better Richard Lynch. If any aspect of this sounds interesting at all, probably just go read the manga or try to find like an English sub of the anime, because that infinitely cooler than anything in this.
Or play Tekken.
Yeah, play Tekken. Play Tekken tag tournament. You can be King and Armor King in a tag team. Fuck yeah. Yeah, this is just stupid. I think it's telling the 3 of you were just like, yeah, I watched this once and that was enough.
I watched it twice.
Oh, thank you.
So, or 2.5 times rather, if you count the sleepy. I just did not want a tiger penis drawn on my face, so I had to go to my room.
What about a dark tiger penis?
Hey man, I drew one on my face stone sober, so you could have joined in.
Chris, you're the guy who may remember this. Mid to late 90s, I think I would see it periodically in syndication. It was like a Mortal Kombat-esque
WMAC Masters.
Okay.
Is that what you're talking about? Or it was like pro wrestling, but with martial arts.
Yeah, and it was like scripted, like cage fights that okay.
Yep. And there was like different competitions in it leading up to the fight that had metrics that made no sense. Like it was like a bunch of ninjas are attacking the main two guys and they have like their key meters on the side. And it's like, oh, this guy. And actually, when you look at it now, some of the people that were on that show were in a bunch of movies. Like, again, one of the dudes was in Mortal Kombat. But yes, I knew exactly where you were going with that. I look forward to you guys' WMAC Masters podcast.
It feels like the type of thing that had just like 12 episodes, but just got shown over and over.
Yeah, it's one of those things I maybe saw like once or twice, but it made an impression.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tiger Mask. That's all I got. Thank you guys for coming on and breathing life into this dead format with me.
What was did you give a rating?
Yeah, I think 1.5.
All right.
It's too incompetent in too many areas to have a 2. Like it's a martial arts movie where the fights are terrible and then it has technical issues with the sound. And despite being written by the brother of the guy who wrote the manga, like the script makes no fucking sense and it's extremely repetitive. All of those stars come from Richard Lynch. And I love to piss guy.
So do we.
The 18 McFoleys aren't doing anything for you, dude?
No.
All
And
right.
one Sergeant Slaughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Lone Tiger. Tell the fine folks out there where they can find you and anything you've got in the works.
Oh, wow. We're 5-day rentals. We are, I guess, currently wrapping up our podcast whenever you hear this, possibly, or it might be done. You got a 5-year backlog. Go check that stuff out. It'll be available until Dan realizes the auto pay needs to be deleted. So I don't know. Look for it. If you find it, check it out.
Yeah, I mean, if you're listening to this show, I mean, hopefully that means you're a big fan of Chris, and Chris has been very kind over the last few years. I mean, damn near 10 episodes, if not more. I think you've guested on.
Wow.
I know you've said publicly that it was your favorite show. So I am sad for you that it's ending, but thank you for all of your support over its run. So literally could not have done it without you, at least 10 episodes worth. So thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
I'd say we're dead, and they've drug our bodies out, but maybe they haven't thrown them in the grave yet. Just you never know. There might be a chance to be reanimated.
Yeah,
not anytime soon.
You ever seen Friday 6? You never know.
Yeah.
You ever seen The Crow?
5DR goes to hell.
Oh,
yeah, but Friday 6 only works because you've got 5. You almost need to like relaunch 5DR with just massive tits and worst hosts, and then we get to come back. But we're gonna keep titties.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to see those titties.
Goddamn enchiladas.
I mean, I think we came up on this podcast with Shower Productions. I think we see where that takes us.
But Chris, we're not fully dead for you. You can bring back 5DR. It's a dead format now.
Oh, shit.
Fuck yeah. So, I think I'm probably the Kron in this reboot. I feel like I've fallen. Like there's two wolves inside of me. One's a Bones and one's a Kron, but I think the Kron wins out. Brantley would probably make a good Bones.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Who's the Dan?
Who's the comedian? By the way, if you're the Kron, your dick is so small now, dude.
No, that's not true. It's huge now.
Tiny, bro.
I think Dan would be like a Rob Schneider-ish type.
You could probably get him.
Yeah, I could get him.
Oh, fuck. That's the one Bones I'll think about now for 25 years.
I just want to apologize to Brantley. So I hope he didn't just stop his car and get out and just walk in a ditch like, God damn, what the hell? You know, like
kick his tire.
Take that as a compliment.
I'm the Bones?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, thank you guys thanks for the memories. And on behalf of the 5-Day Rentals podcast, I'm Chris, and this has been another episode of Dead Formats. See you later. On the next episode of Dead Formats, we'll be joined once again by Murph and Greg from the Weekly Podcast Massacre to cover an Anaglyph 3D movie. Here's a hint.
Smokehead!
You're smart and you're tough, but you think small. What? I could have brought you in because you're smart and you're tough, but you think small. Fuck 'em. You play 19 holes of golf? Be a fucking future security guard? Fuck 'em. You're smart and you're tough.